strange things can happen.
Coast to coast, all night, every night.
There's really no reason to be afraid.
On WGNS AM, FM, online. The Good Neighbor Network, FM 101.9 and AM 1450 Murfreesboro, FM 100.5 Smyrna, and online at WGNSradio.com. This is the Roundtable. A look at the news, views, politics, and people that are shaping Rutherford County.
Good morning, everybody.
Johnny B.
Hey, man, I've been gone.
Welcome back, brother.
I'm glid you're actually glad to see me. I was
I'm
concerned.
glad. Hey. Friday mornings, you know, hey, Dylan was a great
He's not
host
the same without you.
last week, and so was our other good
I
buddy.
know. I heard you. Know I called in. Don't you remember?
Yes, you did. Yes,
I was
you
listening.
did.
I was listening to you guys as I was
And we've got to
trying
say,
to get my mind right on
and
the way.
we've got to say, Avon Lane, I know you're listening. We miss you too, brother. You get well.
Yeah, pray.
You get well, my
If David
friend.
laying up your prayers. He's had a
Got Larry Martin again, so that's pretty cool.
Mr. Larry Martin.
Yeah, on base, so that is pretty cool.
We're trying to get his earphones working.
He's
Right
Oh,
there.
this one's
Say when.
that's me.
he's in the earphone plug. That's him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Those headphones aren't plugged in.
Oh, they're not?
This was
Well, I don't know where they go to.
What do we do? Is there a way to plug it in? Or?
We unplugged him. So
I
you
think-
got.
I think-
Oh,
Is
I
that
hear
you?
something now.
So where do you
okay. I got
go? So where do you go?
Now, where's
we
this
got
one
three,
go?
I guess. I think
3 mics over there, so there are only 3.
so. I think he's got okay.
Well, give it back to him.
That's
and
all
I'll
right.
go without it.
We're good.
Technical difficulties, folks.
Not really. We've just kind of gone from 3
While
to
we're
4,
going- yeah, I know.
and we're kind of getting everything
little
going
Thanks a
here.
little adapting. And you know what? Delenn, these two guys walk into a bar.
Why does he give me the bar
Yeah,
job?
Producer Ron's leaving since
But,
Johnny's telling a joke.
But the third guy ducked.
Okay. But what are we doing
That's
today?
better than the dyslexic guy that walked into a bra.
Oh my goodness. Hey,
We're doing some original tunes.
yes,
some dueling
we
original.
are.
Delenn and I.
All week long, I've looked forward to this.
Good.
Dylan and Johnny B are going to swap originals today, and I think this is so cool.
And we'll just start it right out. Six Gun Slim. Six Gun Slim. Oh, I can't help but wonder where old Six Gun's been. You could find him down at the courthouse, just sweeping up for change. No one cared about him, and no one knew his name. We all just called him Six Gun, a bum down on his luck. No one cared where he came from or why that nickname stuck. His lanky frame was withered, he was beaten down with age. But there was something in his stride that spoke of better days. Folks would jeer and taunt him, but Six Gun paid no mind. His sly old grin was from a different place, a different time. Six Gun Slim, Six Gun Slim. Oh, I can't help but wonder where old Six Gun's been. Then one Sunday morning, 3 outlaws came to town. We were dreaming peaceful dreams, all snug and nestled down. But Six Gun, he was watching, and he sounded the alarm. While we were sleeping, no one knew that he was standing guard. By the time we all had gathered, we just knew it was too late. Our marshal was away from town, and no one would take his place. While we were wondering what to do and busy wringing our hands, Six Gun stepped out in the street to face that outlaw band. He said, "This is your last chance to leave this town alive." 'Twas then that we all noticed a gun hung at his side. The outlaw stood there waiting. We thought they'd surely draw, but they were staring in his eyes. What was it that they saw? Six Gun Slim, Six Gun Slim. Oh, I can't help but wonder where old Six Gun's been. And then I saw on Six Gun's face a grin I'd seen before. But he was standing tall and straight, he was beaten down no more. And it seemed the outlaws recognized this tall and fearless man, and that they knew he held their lives right there in his hand. And then the outlaws, they rode away as quickly as they'd come, and Six Gun went back to doing just what he'd always done. We all still called him Six Gun, but it was not the same. We added honor to the words and Mr. to his name. Six Gun Slim, Six Gun Slim. Oh, I can't help but wonder where Mr. Six Guns be.
All right. There we go.
Six Gun. You remember Truman loved that song.
Yes,
that was
sir,
his favorite
buddy.
song.
It sure was.
And he used to talk about, remember you say, who would be the perfect person to play Six Gun Slim in a movie? And we'd be debating what kind of actor. I think we came up with, what's his name? The great cowboy actor that's got the big full head of white hair now. What's his name?
I should know that.
Sam? I'll think of it.
Sam Elliott?
Sam Elliott.
Yeah.
Sam Elliott.
We thought he
Yeah.
might be,
That's a voice.
we thought he
look.
might play a good Six Gun Slim.
Yeah.
But the one thing that I'll never forget Truman Jones saying was, "I hate that name, Balladeers."
He did.
You need to change that name. I hate that name.
Yeah.
All right,
So,
Dylan, what you
Dylan.
got?
All right. Well, I'm
got
not
a
as
tune for us?
organized, so I don't have cheat sheets for you. But
That's all right. We'll just
it's
have
an
to.
A. We'll just fake it.
If you got an A, if it's in an A, we'll go A.
That's
Hey.
he is right. I wrote this song about kind of growing up in a small town, so if it resembles your life, I apologize. On a faraway hill, in a small little town, there's a tree with no leaves that is firewood bound. It's had a good life. Its good life is ready to go. I used to sit in its top and look down at the man who's trying to get home with a cane in his hand, bundled up for the winter, dressed up like an old Eskimo. In a small little town, everyone knows your name, B, and they all come around if you're ever in pain. With a casserole dish with chicken noodles and cheese. In a small little town, all the children say please. There's a church on that hill where the preacher gets loud when he's preaching his gospel to a capacity crowd. The choir is singing, the piano is so out of tune. There's a pancake breakfast after they pray. It's all you can eat, and they eat all day. 'Cause everyone's starving 'cause the old Reverend Marvin, once again, he has preached way past noon in a small little town. Everyone knows your name,
Everyone knows your name.
and they all come around. If you're ever in pain with a casserole dish with chicken noodles and cheese in a small little town, all the children say please. In a small little town, everyone knows your name, and they all come around. If you're ever in pain with a casserole dish with chicken noodles and cheese in a small little town, all the children say please. Later on in the evening, we'll sit by the fire, roast us some ballparks on coat hanger wires, watch the flames dance with the stars up in the night. We'll throw a log on that fire from that old dead tree, roast me a marshmallow or one more weenie. There's life in a small town, everyone slows down. I found that that's fine with me. In a small little town, everyone knows your name, and they all come around. If you're ever in pain, yeah, with a casserole dish, Quaaludes, chicken, and cheese. In a small little town, got you? All the children say please. In a small little town, they got 714s.
All right.
Small little town.
Good job, DeLynn.
Hey, y'all might be able to hear him do that song. Is it tomorrow night?
Tomorrow night, Sophia's.
That's right, in downtown Woodbury.
All right.
Yes, sir.
DeLynn, one of the watchers here says, in a small town, they all know your business.
That's true. That's
So you may want to,
They sure do.
might be another line there for you.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, and we're also Dylan and I and all the gang, Alan Baker, Dwayne, Steve, PY, and Mike Van Hoodaz, Sunday afternoon, Hot Springs Jam. Everybody come by about 2:30. We have a large time.
Yeah, we sure do.
I mean, wow. The players that show up to jam with us that day is just unbelievable. Great time. And the food trucks outside, oh my goodness.
Yeah, I had some tacos when I came home.
Man, just a good way to spend a nice Sunday evening.
All right, DeLynn, this little tune is, and I'm doing another Western ballad back in 2012 that don't have time to tell it today. I'll tell a little bit about it after we do the song. Right after I asked Mickey, what does a janitor say when he jumps out of the closet?
What do you think?
Clean up in all three.
Supplies!
Oh, Lord, look, here come the police right now.
I know.
To the window. They're coming to get you.
They're taking
But,
us to the middle home.
If you can do a little harmonica turnaround on these, where I've got it written there, and then maybe a full
Okay.
break, and then we're going to do a key change up to E there, because this is in D, even though I'm using the C progression. So, but I'll tell you a brief summary of the song afterwards. How it came about. Well, what happened after it came about. Part of the mystery is to figure out who's the narrator, who's singing the song. I can still see him up there on the hill, his tall silhouette so dark and still. Atop his steed against the setting sun, above the valley of the gun, his unremorseful eyes stole one last look, staring down o'er the plain where 5 lives he took. This deadly ground where he spared none, forever now the valley of the gun. Now heed my words, everyone. Beware the valley of the gun. Go turn around. The Valley of Sparkling Waters was its name, a land to behold for that evil king, named for the pristine stream that swiftly flowed, and for its bed of stones that brightly glowed. To this valley came 5 men of enterprise, an opportunity to seize a land to mine. But the valley was the home and holy land of a small and peaceful native band. So heed my words, everyone. Beware the valley of the gun. Mr. DeLynn. The 5 found evil men for hire, and in the dark of night they came with death and fire. The valley's fertile fields turned to red-stained mud, its waters filled with charred bones and flesh and blood. The 10 destroyers rode away, but one returned. Was it the wind or a plaintive cry it heard? Amidst the carnage none could survive. He found a small native boy still alive. So heed my words, everyone. Beware the valley of the gun. Well, the boy became a man of hardened will, his life consumed with the men that he must kill. I knew the day would come when he would ride to cleanse the valley of that night when he had cried. Oh, I can still see him up there on the hill, and him ride away to find the men who must pay still. Will 9 be enough? Will he feel his work is done? Or will he come for me in the valley of the gun? So heed your words, everyone. Beware the valley of the gun. Beware your valley of the gun.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Good song.
Nice job there, Deland. I love the harmonica break
Appreciate
there.
that.
That's right, that's right. Hey, Larry Martin, what you got coming up the end of the month, brother?
Well, we got a Dewdrop Jamboree coming up like next Saturday on the 27th out there at Seasons Restaurant, and starting at about 6 o'clock. Matter of fact, you're on that lineup too, aren't you, big boy?
Yeah.
And I don't get you on there very often, but I do have you on there this time.
Yeah. I just hope I don't mess you up, brother
No,
Larry.
you won't mess us up. We're a mess to begin with.
And you
Mess up a mess.
And you can catch Larry and I and T. Tommy and Joe, the band Rockin' Country, at the Public House tomorrow night in Rutherford. Public can come in after 8 o'clock.
That's cool.
But until then, we got a little birthday bash we got to take care of. But 8 o'clock, public is welcome.
Come on down.
Right there in Rutherford. And it is a cool little
Rutherford.
spot. Really nice little
That's
place.
cool. I haven't seen that place yet.
I hadn't either till Wednesday. I made the
Oh,
trip
there you
out there
go.
just to see what we were
Yeah.
doing. And it's really cool to be out in the middle of nowhere to be so nice.
Yeah. It's back on the opposite side of the road from where the tornado went
Yeah.
through. Rita.
Yeah, coming from my place there in Las Casas, I got to go through and see some of the
Yeah,
damage from,
that's
and
crazy.
it was
Yeah,
it
been
was
through there.
awful.
It's pretty bad.
We drove through there and it was just.
How in the world the Public House and Hot Springs did not get any of that is just unbelievable.
Yeah, that's
Unbelievable.
And it is. It's crazy.
Yeah.
You know, years ago when they had the tornado here in town, and a friend of mine's son, well, he's a friend of mine too, but her daughter-in-law and baby were killed in that
Oh, yeah, I remember
tornado.
that.
On the house there on the corner.
Yeah.
My mom and dad lived 2 houses down from them at that time.
But the crazy thing, and for a long time there was a tall cross and a smaller cross there,
Yes.
but the house was absolutely gone.
Yep.
There was nothing.
You're
It
right.
was just blocked. But right behind the house was a wooden storage building standing.
Still there.
Still there.
Yes.
It's crazy how that
Takes a house
works.
away, and the
Yeah.
wooden storage building is still there,
Yeah.
right behind the house. It was insane. But
While I was there, I took a few minutes Wednesday to actually stop my truck and get out and just panoramic the
devastating. Yeah.
view of that. And it's crazy, man. This tree gone,
Mm-hmm.
tree right beside it, standing like nothing ever hit it,
I know.
and the mill.
They're like that.
oh man,
That's such a
rough.
sad.
that's
thing.
where I pulled off, right in front of the mill, and I just
Yeah.
looked around and went, wow.
Is it just gone?
It's
yes.
gone. Totally.
Oh, it's
Nothing.
awful. Just awful.
The restaurant building is still kind of standing. I don't know what it'd be to repair it, but the mill is.
Where rumor has it, some corporations have voiced their saying we'll go rebuild.
That's good.
I don't know.
So when that happens,
tough.
we'll see.
Yeah,
But man,
we'll
it's
see.
bad.
We'll see.
It's bad.
Just real briefly.
Because you spent how many years there playing every Saturday?
Oh God, at least 5.
I knew it was a
You
long
know,
time.
We got a live CD that.
Yes.
That's what I was giving Tony last night. He wanted
Yes.
to try to learn some of my original tunes, and that live CD we produced from that. That's why I was meeting.
that was
him.
you and Gary Redmond
Gary
and
Redmond, Ken and Sarah Frizzell, God rest their soul.
right. They both
Billy
passed
Yearwood.
now. Billy, yeah.
11 years ago, when we moved here, okay, it was my birthday, and my wife takes me up there for breakfast because you had a harmonica player.
That's Ken. That was Ken Frizzell.
Okay, so, and I was kind of lost being here, not knowing
Yeah.
what's going to do, and you said, because she apparently had talked to you, and you guys got me up to play harp. I said, I don't have any harps, and she pulled them out of her purse. My
Wow.
belt. Yeah, that was 11 years ago. That's the first time I
That
saw
must have
you
been
play.
Sarah, Ken's wife, who had the
Wow.
extra harps. Is that what it is?
No, my wife brought my
Oh, your
harmonica
wife brought
belt,
your wife-
and
oh.
she had set it up.
Ah,
you know.
cool. And
Yeah, and I said, I don't have any harps with me. She said,
that's
"You do,
awesome.
honey." Yeah. That was,
Wow.
I started
That's
to
a
come
great
back.
moment.
Just real quick about that last song. That song was like 5 years in the making. I started out with just a melody. And Larry, I'm sorry, I put no chords on that. I don't know why. Ain't no step. It's hard to call it a chord chart when I didn't put any chords on it.
Oh, I know. I saw that.
Ain't no step for a stepper, though.
Yeah.
But I kept just playing the song, and I don't know about your songwriting, Dylan, but mine sometimes you'll get a line, just a single line that'll come into your head, and then all of a sudden you can build the whole song.
Yeah.
And the line that came into my head was that verse that says that, but the valley was the home and holy land of a small and native peaceful band. So the idea then became, okay, I'll do this about Indians of Northern California during the gold rush.
Yeah.
I mean, just dream this up.
Right.
And how they were wiped out by the greed of these men. So after the song's written, I start researching. And found out what I had written was real life history.
That's very cool.
So what you're looking at here is what I'm doing now is a novel with the same title to do the whole backstory behind the song. The things you can't tell because a song can only be so long.
That could have been a Marty Robbins tune.
Yeah, and that's of course my inspiration. But before Brian sends us on a break, I've got, I wanted to show you what I was doing. I'm using I got an introduction and a prologue. I got way too much stuff here.
Tell he's a lawyer.
Yeah, we kill trees like nobody's business, I'm telling you. But what I'm doing is I'm using the verses as the headings for each chapter.
That's a great idea.
So here's just a few lines from chapter 1. The vision of him is indelibly embedded in my brain. What is more, the visage is burned into my very soul, as is the entire panoply of events that day. It's a memory that is forever vivid. It neither dims nor relents. It's constant and forever. I close my eyes, and there he is, high above me, his countenance veiled in shadow as the sun gives up its last luster of the day and settles below the horizon behind him. So that's just a sample.
Yeah.
And as you ponder those words,
we
we'll take a
will
little
be
break.
right back.
When it comes to your home, memories and sentimental value are priceless. Farrah Construction can remodel your home or we can update your kitchen, bath, or other rooms. I'm Ron Hall. If you can dream it, Farrah Construction can turn it into reality. Call Farrah Construction at 615-893-6120. That's Farrah Construction. I'm Ron Hall. Shop local. Let our family business help you. Farrah Construction Company.
You don't have hot dogs or apple pie or no Chevrolet to drive, but we have some hickory smoked wings you're just dying to try. You'll try them, you'll like them, you'll give some to a friend. So on a dare, just stop on by and bring in a friend. Slick Pig Barbecue, 1920 East Main.
French's Shoes and Boots is the #1 place in Tennessee to find the latest Southern styles at unbelievable prices. We know you work hard for your money, so when searching for high-quality footwear that won't let you down, French's has you covered. We have a huge selection of casual and work shoes and boots at the best prices in town, guaranteed.
It makes good sense to shop at French's. French's Shoes and Boots.
1837 South Church Street in Murfreesboro.
We're visiting with Jennifer Sanchez, manager of Steered Straight 2 Furniture and Thrift at 1007 Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard.
You're not just walking into just a big warehouse. You're walking into rooms. We've got a media room. We've got a boutique room. We've got a vintage room, a furniture area, kitchen, all that.
Steered Straight 2 Furniture and Thrift.
Every day you go in there, I promise you it's changing.
Steered Straight 2 Furniture and Thrift, 1007 Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard. Online at steeredstraightthriftstore.org.
We're at Adams Place talking with Lee Davenport.
So I plan to come to Adams Place. I think they're great. Claire's wonderful. Marie's great. They've all been good to me.
If a friend asks you where's the best place to live, what would you tell them?
Adams Place. This is the best.
Hi, this is Terry Deal at Adams Place. Call me for more information about Adams Place, located at 1927 Memorial Boulevard, across from Walmart.
It's Good Neighbor Events, brought to you by Cardinal Realty Solutions, the law offices of John Day, and AmeriCare Pest Control.
Cardinal Realty Solutions takes the time to sit down with new buyers or sellers to go over the process for that big transaction.
We had multiple offers thanks to Cardinal Realty Solutions.
Find a realtor you can trust at cardinalrealtysolutions.com.
The City of Murfreesboro is hosting a career fair on Friday, June the 9th. Over 30 employers representing a variety of industries will be at the upcoming career fair on the Murfreesboro Civic Plaza. Join Murfreesboro on June 9th from 9 to 1.
Let's check those WGNS Good Neighbor events. Next week will be the TSSAA's Spring Fling. These are the high school state championship games for warm weather sports. And if you have a business with a marquee, be sure and put a welcome sign out to let these folks know that we appreciate them coming to our community. Spring Fling is May 23rd through the 26th. And stay tuned. WGNS will have many broadcasts from Spring Fling. Would you like to learn more about making our community more environmentally clean? Conservation Days over at the Wilderness Station in Barfield Park is this Saturday. Bring the family to Barfield Park this Saturday, 9 until 3, for Conservation Day. It is free. Put this on your calendar, a free dinner and guest speaker, Rudy Kalis. He has some powerful information to share. That'll be at First United Methodist Church, Thursday night, June 1st, 6 o'clock. It is open to the public. It's free, but seating is limited. So contact First United Methodist Church before May 28th. Those are WGNS Good Neighbor events.
Good Neighbor weather. We'll see a few spotty showers and thunderstorms possible late this afternoon with partial sunshine developing, a high in the upper 70s. Tonight, chance for storms, a low of 65. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki on News Radio WGNS. Currently, it's 65.
WGNS is powered by Middle Tennessee Electric. MTE has a solar expert and energy services supervisor to help its members understand if solar is right for them and help members avoid possible scams from outside parties. Learn more at mte.com/prosolar.
This is the Roundtable from News Radio WGNS on FM 101.9 and AM 1450 Murfreesboro, FM 100.5 Smyrna, and worldwide at WGNSradio.com.
Welcome back. Thank you, Brian. Brian and I had a joke duel off the air. We will
I thought it was great.
We'll spare you folks and we'll not repeat it.
Yeah. But, I don't know, man. I thought they was pretty good. I'm sorry, Johnny B, but Brian won up you.
He won. Yeah, but I got a rematch coming. So, DeLynn, what's your next?
I got
tune,
this. I wrote this next one. You know, we both play Sophia's, right?
Yes.
And in Woodbury. And when I first moved there,
I'm trying to get in
that
there.
was the only place that you could get a beer and a hamburger, because it's just how it was. And I walked in, and it was like a bad Western, because nobody knew me, and I had this long hair, and I'm walking in with these rings and a fringe coat, you know, and it's like everything stops, you know, and so I sat down, but in the corner there was still a jukebox that played 45s, and you could still get 3 plays for a quarter, and it had Merle Haggard and George Jones and Tammy Wynette and everything that should be on a jukebox in Woodbury, Tennessee. So
awesome!
I call this the jukebox. And there's a jukebox, still plays records in the corner of the corner cafe. They're kind of scratchy when you hear them, but they still got something to say, man. I would have waltzed across Texas just to hold your hand. I'm walking after midnight 'cause I'm a lonely man. I just got my paycheck, I'm such a wreck, I'm thinking about you. It's true. I'm gonna take up all my dollars, turn them into quarters, shove them in the record machine. That stack of shellac is gonna take me back to 1970. Oh, Merle Haggard had such swagger. He was cooler than a nudie suit. Oh, Johnny Paycheck was such a train wreck, but man, could he sing the blues. I would have waltzed across Texas just to hold your hand. I'm walking after midnight 'cause I'm a lonely man. I just got my paycheck, I'm such a wreck, here's what I'm gonna do. It's true, I'm gonna take up all my dollars, turn them into quarters, gonna shove them in the record machine. That stack of shellac is gonna take me back to 1970. I'm gonna take up all my dollars, turn them into quarters, gonna shove them in your record machine. That stack of shellac is gonna take me back to 1970. B-52 makes me think of you and the nights we spent together. B-28 makes me hesitate when I kiss you in stormy weather. B-17 and I'm drinking Jim Beam till I'm knocking right on your door. B-28, Lord, it's way too late. I done passed out on your floor. Yes, I did. I would have waltzed across Texas just to hold your hand. I'm walking after midnight 'cause I'm a lonely man. I just got my paycheck. I'm such a wreck. Here's what I got to do. It's true. I'm gonna take up all my dollars, turn up. Well, that stack of shellac is gonna take me back to 1970. The jukebox.
Woo!
Good job, Dillian.
Yes, sir.
Christian.
Yes, sir. Let's not forget now, y'all. Right after this show, go over to Cannonsburg, see Miss Elaine Winters and Rob Piercy.
Yeah.
Play y'all some good old folk music.
And say hello to Sheila and the girls over in the office.
Sheila and the girls in the office.
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely.
They're doing that from 10 to 12 right after this
Dillian,
show.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
I was noticing something there. That song's written in the key of G natural, but you chose to capo up to the 3rd fret and use the E progression.
Yeah.
Tell me about that. When you could just play the G and the.
Because easier to play.
Yeah.
And I could
How's
get that.
You like that?
It's harder to do with it.
With the G natural. It's like. Yeah. Yeah, there's something about that E.
Oh yeah.
That E chord, even when it's up a
Oh, I know. If you
three
watch
keys, it's
some of those old,
different. It's
some of
different
those old
for blues, especially. I mean, you can't do a song and you can't write a blues song
Right.
unless you're using an E.
Oh yeah. You know, there's
so
some
I get
great,
that.
Blues artists that just capoed everything. You know.
Yeah.
Trying to think. I just had his name. Johnny Copeland. You know, he would just played everything in the E formation, but he would just move his capo.
Just change.
That's why I was said. You know, when I was a kid, you know, I learned
Yeah.
how to play G, C, and D, or E, A, and B, and I got a capo, and I was all over.
Oh well, yeah, that's it. I actually have written several songs in the key of F, which is weird.
Yes.
But so I'll just.
F's the hardest chord to play in the
So
world.
I'll play the D progression on the 3rd capo,
Right,
3rd fret.
right.
Play that D, but It's just some songs. The
It
F is in
sounds
my
better.
wheelhouse.
You know.
Hey, Dylan.
Yes.
Amy Smith says good morning.
Amy Smith, good morning.
Everybody's sweetheart.
Speaking of Truman
Morning, Miss
Jones.
Amy.
Speaking of Truman Jones.
Uh-oh.
He Truman's favorite genre of music, Mickey, is what?
Oh, Western by all means.
No question.
No doubt about it.
So I owe him just like Avent challenged me to write a couple of different songs, kind of dared me. I owe this one to Truman because he said, "Johnny B, I'm thinking, I've been dreaming about a new Western song about the prairie, you know." And I said, Truman, every song about the prairies has been written. I mean, what? He said, so you can't do it, huh? He knew how to get it. So first thing I did was go back and listen to the most famous prairie song of all time. Oh, bury me not on the lone prairie. And as I researched that song, I learned it was originally not a prairie song at all. It was a sailor song.
Really?
And it went like, oh, bury me not in the deep, deep sea.
Yeah.
So that spawned the idea, okay, wait a minute. The prairie and a sailor. Can I write a song about a sailor who grew up in the prairie and he's longing back and thinking back and just really earnestly longing for those days again. So that is how this song came about. The prairie will always sing to me. What?
Nene-Nae's kids ain't happy with us.
Why is that?
They say we haven't told them good morning yet.
Well, let's do it.
Good morning, Nene-Nae's kids.
Good morning.
Good morning to you. Good morning to you.
Nene-Nae's crew.
Good morning, all kids at Nene-Nae's. Good morning to you.
All right, there you go. All right. Hopefully we've made up to them now.
As I look out o'er this rolling sea, my heart carries me back to that wide prairie. In the tall grass sweet as a youth I lay, and that prairie sang all of my cares away. I'd lay low and still, hear the bisons pound and the pronghorns leap o'er that prairie ground. I'd hear the badgers bark and the coyotes howl and the prairie chickens coo midst a hooting owl. So as I stand my watch, tossed and drenched by the waves, oh, I think of the miles and my ill-spent days. But I'll not be forlorn, spite these angry seas, for the prairie will always sing to me. When besieged by gales, no tempest I see, nor the decks awash from the torrent's fury. I feel the prairie breeze, see the switchgrass wave, and the prairie dog burrow in his little cave. And even when in the squall from my life I fear, it's the meadowlark's flute-like song I hear, not the storm's distorted cacophony, but a sparrow, hawk and bobolink symphony. And as I stand, my watch tossed and drenched by the waves, oh, I think of the miles and my ill-spent days. But I'll not be forlorn, spite these angry seas, for the prairie will always sing to me. Yes, the prairie will always sing to me.
Okay, you had me at cacophony.
Yes.
These guys accuse me of making that word up.
He's a wordsmith.
That's a real word.
Oh,
They accuse me of making it up.
Oh, yeah.
I like to kind of stretch your vocabulary.
Absolutely.
And let me remind everybody out there in radio land, WGNS is now streamlined to where we go all over the world now. And
that's right. Well,
and,
YouTube.
And producer Brian had to remind me of that last week because, Johnny B., while you were out, had this young lady send me a picture of this platoon, of this Army platoon. There's probably, 20, 25 people in this pic. And she heard us talking about the local gigs we had coming up for last weekend, and she wanted to come to one of them.
Yeah.
And then when I saw that she was from LaGuardia, California, I said, ma'am, I'd love to see you. I said, but I don't think you could make it because you're about 3 days away from where we're at. But God love them.
Got to.
God love them for writing in and enjoying the show. I thought that was pretty cool.
Let me make one brief mention of something that I'm going to start trying to do regularly here. I don't know if y'all know that I'm on the board of Legal Aid of Middle Tennessee.
Oh, nice.
And this organization does so much good. And it's a scary time right now when the budget comes up each year, and if their budget going to be cut, if tax revenues are down in the federal government, and all these things are happening. And Legal Aid really deserves support. I wish more of the general public would find a way to donate to Legal Aid of Middle Tennessee on the board. They do so much good stuff. And so many people that can't afford a lawyer and so desperately need one. They feel a real gap. So, Delin, what do we got next?
Well, this is a song that you could maybe end up needing a lawyer for.
Okay.
Oh no. Sorry, y'all. Johnny B's booked up.
We're not talking copyright infringement, are we?
We're talking about monitoring yourself when you go out on a Saturday night.
Okay.
It's either clear liquor or brown liquor.
Is this a song for Lower Broad?
Yeah, this is definitely one for Lower Broadway. So everything's pretty much where it's supposed to be.
Bass sounding good, Larry.
Thank you, John.
I like it.
I was at a party just the other night. It had a big old open bar. I was drinking everything in sight. I started out with wine, then I kicked it up to beer. Then I heard that Pepe Lopez whisper in my ear, I'm drinking Chardonnay and Cabernet, Corona and tequila. That's the kind of night that makes you fall down in the street. You'll wake up in the morning on the wrong side of Toledo, drinking Chardonnay and Cabernet, Corona and tequila. I wake up in the morning, got that freight train head. My teeth are feeling fuzzy, my eyes are feeling red. I hit the road running cause I can't be late for work. My boss, he sees me coming, he says, what's that on your shirt? I said, Chardonnay and Cabernet, Corona and tequila. I tried to walk her home and then I fell down in the street. I woke up in the morning on the wrong side of Toledo, drinking Chardonnay and Cabernet, Corona and tequila. Woo! If you're heading out on a Saturday night to find that 3-beer buzz, that's a losing fight. Never mix your colors, give someone your keys, cause that Scotch and Miller Yell are gonna drop you to your knees. Like drinking Chardonnay and Cabernet, Corona and tequila. That's the kind of night that makes you fall down in the street. You wake up in the morning on the wrong side of Toledo, drinking Chardonnay and Cabernet, Corona and tequila. I'm drinking Chardonnay and Cabernet, Corona and tequila. That's the kind of night that makes you fall down in the street. You wake up in the morning on the wrong side of Toledo, drinking Chardonnay and Cabernet, Corona and tequila. Chardonnay and Cabernet, Corona and tequila. Chardonnay and Cabernet, Corona and tequila. Chardonnay and Cabernet, Corona and tequila.
Yeah. Good job to Lynn. Love it.
Thank you, thank you.
Love it. That could be a tongue twister if you're not careful.
Yeah.
Especially if you're drinking Chardonnay,
Yes,
Corona, and
that's
tequila.
right.
It'd be hard to do.
Yeah, buddy.
That's good. Look who's watching here. Shane Douglas.
Shane.
Brother Shane.
That's really coincidental. This might be the last song we get in. We'll try to get in more than this. But I kind of brought this song out of mothballs, Larry, because I played it one day and Shane really liked it. He really liked this old tune. I wrote as a junior high kid when this girl broke my heart.
Of course.
And I went home and tried to remember all the lessons my dad had taught me instead of turning to the hatred that the devil was drawing me to. So even the song's entitled Hate, it's a song that preaches against it. But we got to get the right beat going with this song. Shane did say, Johnny B, it's a great song, but you got to change the tempo. And so I'm trying to think.
I'm trying to think which one it is.
I did a gig with Shane. I hired him for a gig, and he's like, I really don't have time to rehearse. I said, I don't want you to rehearse. I want you to show up and do your thing.
Well, Johnny B and the Balladeers' trademark is performing and rehearsing at the same
That's
time.
it.
That's it.
That's it.
Maybe something like that. Is that right, Shane?
Just
You wanna
not.
use it?
Just not.
Huh? Kind of like that. When I saw him walking, my baby, all the way home, I knew that he had stolen, that her love from me was gone. But now I know the reason she chased right after me. I was nothing but a stepping stone to get to his jealousy. But remember now, hate ain't good for nothing. Hate ain't worth a dime. Hate's built against the hope, strength, and love of all mankind. Yeah. Now it's been a long year since she said goodbye to me. And all that time there's been a building up such a bitter enmity. But I can't overcome it. Just remember what the good Lord said. When your neighbor slaps you in your face, just remember, turn your head. And this, hate ain't good for nothing. Tell you, hate ain't worth a dime. Hate's built against the hope, strength, and love of all mankind. Yeah. Let's hear that harp. Then I finally became a man, learned how to love and how to live, how to not always be a taken, and instead how to give. But people still are hating, they're making war instead of love. In a world gone crazy, we need words from up above. Like this, Mickey. Tell you, hate ain't good for nothing. Hate ain't worth a dime. Hate's built against the hope, strength, and love of all mankind. Here we go now. Hate is an old thing, it's mighty old. It's filled with fuel, it's about to explode. It's drowning all of that precious love. Hear me now. Hate ain't good for nothing. Hate ain't worth a dime. Hate's built against the hope, strength, and love of all mankind. Yeah. Don't hate.
That's right.
There's my first song I ever wrote.
That's a good tune.
All right.
I like it. I like it. I like it as much as the Lady Warriors going to the sub-state game tonight. That's right. Haley Cisco and all the ladies on the Warriors, good luck tonight.
Absolutely.
Let them have it, baby.
And you have a granddaughter?
Yeah, Haley is one of the pitchers for the Lady Warriors.
And this is fast speed.
Yes, it
I mean,
is.
fast pitch.
Yes, sir.
Hey, how'd she learn how to do that?
Lots of lessons.
Boy.
Were you teaching?
No. My daughter was privileged enough to get her some teaching when Haley was a little bitty thing.
All right.
Yeah.
Wow.
So they're doing good.
Good.
Yeah, we hope
Let's
so.
go ahead and start one.
We hope so.
Delenn?
This one's about Marco Island down in Florida, just across the bridge from Naples. And a friend of mine, dear friend of mine, Bill Lee, owns a place down there. And when I was burnt out on the road, and he would say, just go down to Marco. So I'd come into
You're
this.
friends with the governor?
Yeah, different Bill Lee.
Oh.
Different Bill Lee. I'm not sure how he'd take that. But so I would go down to this gated community with two guitars and my hair blowing in the wind, and they wouldn't want to let me in, but they finally did. So this is at a G. Everything's where it's supposed to be.
Sunsets on the ocean. Finally got some peace of mind. Hanging out, not doing much of nothing. Sipping on a glass of wine. He might. Fishing boats on the way home. Sorry. Sailboats all in a row. I wish I had a year to disappear in Cape Marco. I would take a walk at sunrise just to see the sun say hello. Walking down. Talk about a way to start your day. A little piece of heaven everywhere you go. See the young lovers walking hand in hand. See the old lady kissing her old man. I wish I might be in Marco tonight. Down on the island, down in Marco tonight. Hey. See the young lovers walking hand in hand. See the old lady kissing her old man. I wish I might be in Marco tonight. Down on the island, down in Marco tonight. Hey, honey, you don't have to cook, 'cause we're going to the Snook down in Marco tonight. If you ask them where's the band, they will tell you down the stands, down in Marco tonight. That's where you find me, down in Marco tonight. Please don't deny me, down in Marco tonight. Marco Island.
Great song.
With my harmonica upside down. So that's
You know what I've been wondering? I meant to ask you this earlier. What happens when one of them mustache whiskers gets caught inside the harmonica?
That just happened on that song.
Did it?
It hurts.
You have to have it extracted or anything?
I had a gig one time. We were opening up for the Cincinnati Bearcats, the college football team.
Yeah.
It was a big tailgate party, and it was December. And it was December in Cincinnati,
Oh, my
Ohio,
dear.
and it was freezing. I went for my harp, and it stuck to
Oh,
my
my
lip.
Oh.
You know, like just like toy, or whatever that movie is where he's on the flagpole.
That's right.
I'm like, oh my god. So that was.
How did you dislodge that thing?
I ripped my lip off.
Well, Brian's not back. I guess we'll just start with a tune. And when I was in law school, I was having a. Hey, can we continue this on next week?
Sure.
Okay. We'll just go till we run out. How about that?
All right. I think I'm here. I'll call you.
Okay, if not. Excuse me. What?
He's getting all choked up about it.
What's in that cup over at Johnny B?
I'll never say.
Chardonnay, Cabernet, Corona, and
There you
tequila.
go.
I'll never say.
How about beer,
Law
bourbon,
school.
and weed? Oh, I stole that from you, didn't I?
When I was in law school in Knoxville, UT, we were all had a whole, it was pretty rough week. Well, wow, who's going to feel sorry for kids having to study? But it's pretty rigorous that first year, and so we'd go out on Fridays after classes were over and have a good time. And a good friend of mine, a girl named Marilyn Cope, she's Marilyn Kirby now, married a really nice guy that I hadn't seen her in a long time. She's a lawyer in Atlanta, but her father was a preacher. But I can't remember what the conversation was we were having. But whatever I said to her, here's what she said back. Well, Johnny B, it's as right as wrong could ever be.
Oh,
and then
boy.
she went, I just think I wrote a country song. So all of a sudden, a pool of money starts being garnered in the table to see, challenging me by the next Friday.
I tell you.
If I could write a song with that title.
All you got to do is challenge somebody.
So this comes from back about 1970 or so, and so I did come up with, I think, the right storyline. A mirror on the wall, have you got some time to talk? I'd like a moment of your time, a chance to ease my mind. You ask, what could it be that makes tears roll down my cheeks? Oh, it could be life's worst sin, but strong men do give in. But it's as right as wrong could ever be, and it's as close to being good as bad can be. Far too much to make a blind man see. Oh, it's as right as wrong could ever be. I'm ashamed, but then I'm not. I'm sad, but not a lot. I'm mad, but happy too. I'm glad, but then I'm blue. He's the only friend I've ever had. I've known him since we were lads. But she is my whole life, even though she is his wife. But it's as right as wrong could ever be, and it's as close to being good as bad can be. Far too much to make a blind man see. Oh, it's as right as wrong could ever be. What's that look in your eye? It couldn't be surprise. Could it be disgust? Oh yes, I guess it must. but I can't give her up. Oh, it just would hurt too much. I love him too, you see, but she's a special part of me. And it's as right as wrong could ever be. It's as close to being good as bad can be. Far too much to make a blind man see. Yes, it's as right as wrong could ever be. Yes, it's as right as wrong could ever be.
All right. It's been a while since we done that one.
A long time.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
So let's do the gig rundown again. Sophia is when?
Saturday night.
Time?
7 to 9.
7 to 9.
Sunday we'll be doing the jam at Hot Springs.
2:30 to 5:30.
Come out, bring your instrument, join us.
Heck yeah. And tomorrow night we're at the Public House
in
Reederville, Tennessee. Yeah, a lot of people don't know about this place, and I didn't either till we got this booking there. And very cool place out on, I believe they call it Bradeville Road, not Bradeville Pike. They call it Bradeville Road. 300 Bradeville Road in Reederville, Tennessee. And doors open for the public at 8. We got a birthday bash right before that. So if you get there before 8, you may have to, be outside for a few minutes, but that ain't no big deal. Just come on in and hang out with us and have a good time at the Public House. And our good buddies Zone Status are at Sophia's tonight, Dylan.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, they're a great band, really good band. They're at Sophia's tonight.
That's awesome.
Escape is at Seasons tonight, and heck, I can't remember the name of the band there tomorrow night.
And then
but lots going on,
and then
man.
the Cannonsburg thing. You're plugging.
Yeah, Elaine Winters and Rob Piercy are at Cannonsburg right after now from 10 to 12, playing good old folk music over at Cannonsburg. And I believe that's every Friday this month from 10 to 12. Avon's usually with them, but like we said, Avon's recuperating. And buddy, get well soon,
Yeah,
brother.
buddy,
We miss
get
you.
well soon,
We miss you, my
sure.
friend. We
That's
doing
for
happy,
sure.
happy, happy? Happy.
I know, I see Brian come. Happy trails to you until we meet again. Happy trails to you. Keep smiling until then. Who cares about the clouds when we're together?
Nobody.
Just sing a song and bring the sunny weather.
Come on, son.
Happy trails to you till we meet again. Darling Tristan. Well, this is weird. Who cares about the clouds when we're together?
Nobody.
Just sing a song and bring the sunny weather.
We love it.
Happy trails to you till we meet again. Nana's kid till we meet again. Thank you. Thanks for this time, Brian.
Yes.
See you folks next week, Lord willing, and the creeks don't rise, and Mickey Gannon won't be here.
Looking for a charming home close to downtown and MTSU? Look no further than this